Mulimutia. A few of you got that. That means how are you? And that's about the extent. I don't remember a lot, but that's it. So, in case you don't know me, my name is Dave Speaker. I'm the executive director of True Impact. I've been with True Impact for about 5 years now, almost 5 years. I was talking earlier today about the whole story about how I ended up with True Impact. If you ever want to hear it, I love to tell that story. Someday I will, and you'll be able to see it all, but you can just come up to me and ask me my story. In the short, after about 20 years of working in the financial industry, God called me to do work for Him. After several God stories, I ended up with True Impact. He has blessed my life ever since. What I do want to say is, after all the things that I went through to get here where I'm at, one thing I want to say is it's always good to be on God's path for you. It's much easier to follow His path than it is to try to fight through on your own path and figure out where you're going on your own. So it's much easier to follow His way. What I want to do first is take a couple minutes to update you on some of the recent things we've been doing here at True Impact. So the first thing is at Chigalama. We used the funds from the 2020 trip. So we had a trip planned in 2020 that got postponed to 2021. It got postponed to 2022. We took the funds in 2022 from that trip and built this 3-room school building. It's constructed to eventually be 2 or 3 stories tall. So there will eventually be a total of 9 schoolrooms in the building. And our goal is sometime within the next few years to add on another story, and then another story after that. Go ahead to the next one. We also used the funds to build a kitchen and latrine. Part of building that 3-room school building, it took down the old kitchen and the old latrine. So we built them a new kitchen and a new latrine. So the next thing is the Salem bus. A lot of you probably have heard that. We raised money last year. Thanks to some wonderful donors, we bought a bus for Salem Missions, and they'll be using the bus at the orphanage home in Nama, and they'll also be using the bus at the school in Yachenyi. And you can see the kids love the bus. So that was a wonderful thing that we did recently. The next thing is the teacher's dorm. The teachers at the school in Yachenyi have been living in small apartments in a village nearby, and the school has been paying the rent for the teachers. So what we've done is taken some money. We had extra money from buying the bus, and we are turning an old farmhouse into a teacher's dorm. We've been able to get enough done so that the teachers are able to live in there now, which is saving the school money, getting it closer and closer to being self-sufficient and on its own. And the next thing we've been working on is the farmland. So when we bought the school back in 2017, it came with about 24 acres of farmland. And we've been kind of using it a little bit with growing corn, bananas, some other beans, and some other things on the farmland. One of our donors has reached out to us and has somebody, a Ugandan that he has been supporting, that just got a certificate in agriculture. And he wanted to get him a job. And we said, we've got a farmland. Let's do it. So he's moved over to our farmland. He's become, his name is Oscar. and he's become our farm manager. We've gotten, thanks to the donor that's partnered with us, we've dredged the land. There's at the bottom of the hill, there's a lot of swampy land. We've dredged the land, formed a pond. The pond will eventually be used to pump water back up the hill to the rest of the farmland. And then we've been able to plant our first crop of corn down in that land. So that's one of the other wonderful things that we've been able to do this last year. One of the other things I wanted to talk to you about is called Other Ways. I kind of really quickly wanted to mention some other ways that you guys can support True Impact, and these are very simple, and most of them don't cost you any money. I've got a page on the website called Other Ways, and it's got all kinds of details on all these different things that you can do to help raise money for True Impact on your own. I'll let you guys go to the website and check it out, but one of the things I wanted to point out is called Good Search. Good Search is really easy. You go out to the website, make yourself an account, pick True Impact Ministries as your charity of choice. You can add a plug-in to your browser. For those of you who are technical enough to do that, you don't have to. But every time you do a search on the web, you get a penny for True Impact. So we get a penny instead of Google getting a penny. Love it. I just was trying it out myself, not even trying to do a whole bunch of random searches, just using it for a week, and I got over $1 just by searching the web. So if we get 50 people or a year, how much money are we making just for us instead of Google? So that's the one I wanted to point out as Good Search. It's a good thing.